Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. This is What If Deku had an ice quirk called Jack Frost. Part 18. Where we last left off in our story is where Izuku faced off against Shinzo in the 1v1s in the sports festival. After defeating Shinzo with his pure martial arts skills, hand to hand combat only, no quirks. Then he fought against Momo Yadarozu, going easy on her because, he didn't want to look. Now, he's not about to hurt Momo. As where we left off in the last episode is when they were facing off against Shota Todoroki. Now, before we officially begin our what if, there's going to be this Bakugo, then one more match because I want to add this in it. There will be a sister versus brother match. Just because, Kennedy wants to fight her brother, see how well he's progressed through all his training. Now, unlike Momo, Shota is a bit more of a fighter. So, Deku, it's either Deku or Izuku. It's easier to say Deku sometimes, but as for Izuku, he's able to go a little more rougher with Shota than Momo. So, as Momo is watching from the stands, as she sees an a classman walking towards her, as she sits next to her. You must be Momo Yadarozu. I don't think we've actually been properly introduced. Properly, at least. I'm Kennedy. Midoriya. Hi, Kennedy. It's nice to meet you. As Momo shakes her hand. Sorry, guys. I need to do something real fast. As Momo's like, wait, Midoriya, Kennedy, as she brings together, you're one of the big four. As Kennedy smiles, yeah, fortunately, yeah. No wonder Izuku's so powerful. It seems like your family, everyone's powerful in your family. Only reason my brother is as powerful as he lucked out on his quirk, and he's been trained majority of his life. After all, I've trained him on majority of things. What you train Ezekiel? Yeah, I've trained him in hand-to-hand combat, and majority of his fighting style he uses with his quirk. The other skills he learned is from that Hero Suppressed Task Force. As Percent Mike caught the look of the crowd as he saw one of the big four as he announced it. He's like, "Well, look, we got here, gentlemen and ladies. One of the members of the big four itself came to grace us with their presence. Kennedy Midoriya. Rumor says she's assembly Izuku Midoriya is her brother." As that got the crowd's reaction. As midnight is beginning to as midnight's beginning the fight. As soon as the fight starts, Shota uses her fire to blast herself fast towards Izuku. As she goes strictly for a frontal attack, throwing her a right hook after a left as she tries to knee Izuku in the stomach as Izuku blocks it. As Shota headbutts Izuku as she jumps back. As Izuku shakes his head. Damn, Shota. For playing that game, are we? I know Izuku's strong, and he's intelligent. I need a, I need a plan. I need to do this. I can't just blindly throw my attacks around. He's too smart for that. He'll find an opening. He has, he has a better control over his quirk than I have on mine, and that's not including all his combat training that he had and all his time spent in that task force. That I don't know what he did when he was working with them. That's troubling on a whole nother level. All that other stuff doesn't matter. All that matters is this match. As she gets in a fighting stance, I'm quite impressed by your friend Momo. I didn't realize she was that good in fighting in hand-to-hand combat. Izuku is the one responsible for that. He was very adamant about her to learn some fighting skills in case she can't use her quirk. I was forced to do so as well. Interesting. Let's see if my brother actions is his downfall for this match. As we cut, as we go back to Izuku and Shota in their battle. Hey Izuku, let's see you. Let's see you. Let's see you how you handle this. As her fireside bursts out, as she starts throwing fire at Izuku. As all Shota sees is a humongous ice wall form up in front of Izuku, as she continues throwing fire blasts at it. When she gets when she actually makes some progress destroying the wall, it restructures itself in an instant. It's it's going to take a lot to wear down Izuku, so this is pointless. I'll run a stamina before he does. As she charges up a last blast, as she blasts upwards, throwing using her eyesight as she jumps on the wall, as she starts throwing ice at Izuku, as Izuku has to dodge from left to right in incredible speed without going in full Callan. Bad move, sweetheart. As Izuku creates big, they're solid ice spears, not spears. I forget what this called. Big round balls, basically. I forget the other, not spear. Give me a second here. I'm drawing a blank on that. So as he creates one big one, as he shoots it at the wall, as Shota has to get out of the way. He created ice and he used the wind pressure from All Might's quirk to shoot it out. As Shota jumps and blasts towards Izuku, as she's trying to get in close, several combinations between kicks and punches are what they're going around the arena. As as Shota bursts fire point blank range, as Izuku has to as he has to turn his body a certain way to get out of the way. As Shota does a leg sweep, as she finally got it, at least a hit off on Izuku. As he fall, he gets tripped because leg sweep. He's on his ass. As Shota leans downwards, where her face is closer to Izuku, and she's like, "What's the matter, love? That's all you got?" As Izuku gets a grin. Oh, you want? You're having way too much fun, Shota. I'm not having much. I just kind of like you in this position. beneath me. As Izuku was like, Protel, I'm curious. What would I be doing in that position? She'll just, what? She blushes as it finally clicks. As she starts to blast fire at him, as he has to roll out of the way. Izuku, we're in public. What? You're the one who said it, not me. It's not what I meant. Really? Then what did you mean? As Midnight's like, you might want to continue this little, lover spat after the match, please? As, as Shoto is kind of embarrassed by that. As Izuku has he's smiling. As Shoto's like, it's not funny, Izuku. Get that grin off your face. Very well, Midnight. As Izuku jumps up, as he lands on his feet from the ground, as he stretches, I guess I should probably pick it. Sorry guys, I totally forgot what I was going to say. I guess I should pick the pace up a little bit. As Shoto's like, what? As Izuku's gone. As Izuku peers on her flank, as Izuku's going to throw a solid hit on her, as Shota grabs his arm and with her other hand, she fully a palm strike on Izuku's chest as he goes back a little bit. As Izuku looks at his chest and looks at her, as Izuku smiles. Impressive. You've been practicing. Let's see you can handle this. As he starts throwing ice at Shota, as Shota does the same, as it's now became a ice on ice battle. And Shota is regulating her body temperature pretty well, so she could go a little bit. As the middle of blasting ice, he used his right hand to create an ice spear. As he throws it forward, cutting through Shota's ice. As Samito is about to put up a wall to block the sharp object going towards the audience, as the ice spear blows up in snowflakes. As everyone's like, what? Like snowflakes? Like he has a really good control over his ice, so he could do a lot of things. So doing something that Updane would be pretty simple for him. The boy did nothing but do missions, train with his quirk and with his martial arts, different martial arts that he knows. At his time doing the whole agent thing, he's still doing the agent thing even now. So he's pretty well kept when it comes to defending himself. And that's not even including all the weapon training he's been doing over the years with his mother and his aunt. So he's well kept. He's well knowledgeable of certain ways to just to kill people. Basically, what he's able to do. So as this pattern kept repeating of attacks, as Shota is getting tired, as she's on she's on steams, and Izuku, he's fine and dandy. He used some he's a bit tired, but he could go around. This is light training for him when it comes down to it, because he hasn't even revealed his Winter Wonderland technique yet. He uses a little bit in the race, but not a lot of people notice. So he still has that pretty well kept under the hood. As Izuku rushes in there towards to go in striking distance of Shota, as he does several pressure points all around Shota's body, as she falls unconscious. As Izuku picks her up, carries her to recovery girl. The match is over. She was ready to declare TKO. That took notice that a lot of the pro heroes sees that he's well trained in his quirk, hand to hand combat strategy, and he's able to take on a person down even with pressure points. Apparently, he knows. No one knew about that, except for a few people like his aunt. But he took pressure point training just first on his spare time. They have a short intermission, about like an hour or so, as Shota gets up after 15, 20 minutes. As she was laying down, as she gaps up, ready to fight some more, as she sees Izuku. I lost, didn't I? Damn it. As Izuku sits next to her. Sorry about that. You were making it very difficult for me to win without clearly injuring you know. And she looks at Izuku. What? Outside of my sister, you're the only one to push me that far. Ever. I came pretty close of taking off my bracelets for the fight. And for your bet you had, I suppose I could find some time and give you girls single dates so you girls don't seem that you always have to be together. Shita grabs his collar as she's like, "You better, Izuku." As she kisses him, as they announce the match is about to begin, and you need to go and take care of that blonde kid. Think he they think he kept calling himself. Think he called himself Bakugo or something like that. Lovely, lovely personality. Crush him to the ground, Izuku. Of course, Shota. Of course, love. As Izuku, as before he's about to leave. Wait, Izuku, what's this whole love thing? What, you don't like it? It's not I like it. I'm just curious why you're using that now. Well, you and Momo are, technically my girlfriend, so I need to designate you something different from the rest of the people. Well, love, until you tell me otherwise, I'll continue using this. I have to get to the arena. I'll see you when it's over. As Izuku waves her off, as Momo greets Izuku, as she hugs him, as she kisses him on the cheek, as she wishes him good luck, as he goes off to the ring. As Izuku steps in the ring, as he sees Bakugo grinning, with a big smile, as he's soaking in the whole attention because, he has to be center of everything, apparently. Finally, here, loser. As Izuku walks in, get this straight. This is not going to be a pleasant experience for you, loser. I'm going to demonstrate why my quirk's more superior than yours to the whole world to see. You ice freak. You ice loser. Or, something around those lines, Bakugo, being a dick, pretty much. I hate people like you. Especially people like you. Such to see is such a waste. As Bakugo's like, a waste? What you talking about? A waste of potential of a quirk Unfortunately, the person using it is an idiot. Just because you think your quirk's decent, that you're better than everyone else, that you need to get your head straight. This is a real world, boy. It doesn't matter how powerful your quirk is if you can't use it properly. And clearly, you haven't been using it properly. I don't know what your parents did wrong, but clearly, they did something wrong. They turn you into that, an egotistic waste of human space that shouldn't even be in UA in the first place. With people with egos like you should be nowhere near being a hero. Clearly, UA has either mistaken or they're lowering their standards. Miss Midnight, will you please start the match? Because I very much like to pound him now. Okay, young man, Midoriya, as they announce the fight, as Bakugo comes straightly towards Izuku, throwing explosion after explosion. As Izuku's just dodging out of the way, he has his hands behind his back. As he kicks him, Bakugo the side of the head. As Bakugo goes flying, as he catches himself with his hands grinding against the ground. As Bakugo's like, "You bastard, you're gonna pay for that." As Izuku's like, "Huh, prove me wrong. Prove me that you're not. Prove me that you have some backbone. That you're not all bark. Prom, explosion terrorists." As Bakugo starts continuing throwing explosions, "I'm not a terrorist." As he's trying to hit Izuku, as Izuku knees him in the chin. As Bakugo goes flying up air a little bit, as Izuku grabs his head, slams him into the ground, as he kicks him in the side of the ribs, as he goes flying across the arena ground, as he tries to get up, as he coughing up blood, as he either broke some ribs or cracked them severely. As Izuku blitzed over there, grabbed his head, and as he knees him in the face again. As Bakugo goes on the ground, as he's trying to crawl away, as Izuku grabs his hair, "I'm not done with you." As he throws him on his throws him behind him a little bit. As he turns around, cracks his neck. As he cracks his knuckles, "You see, you little shit. I decided I'm not going to use my quirk because you're not worth it. You're beneath me. No matter how powerful you think your quirk is, it's nothing compared to mine. I could have froze you and that would be the end of it, but I think I need to teach you a lesson. My mother's been too lenient on you." As you have Inko in in the teacher section to watch the sports festival, as she's watching her son, and she has a smile on her face, as she's like, "I hope he doesn't go too far. If he's anything like me, he's gonna go far." Bakugo's still on the ground as Izuku places his foot on his head as he kneels down a little bit, so Bakugo can hear him. Like I said, with your quirk, you could be a very powerful hero, but you let your arrogance cloud your judgment, and you're basing your decisions on your how powerful you think their quirk is. Quirks are not easy to read, maggot. As he kicks him, Now get up and fight. As Bakugo wobbles up, as he's like, I had enough of this. As he hears a click. Die, loser. As he pulls his pants on both gauntlets, as a huge explosion goes towards Izuku, as Momo and Shoto are worried, as they're asking why has no one stopped this yet, as see Izuku, as he's smiling, as the explosion goes towards him, as he's like, Winter Wonderland. As he activates, as the whole arena ground turns into ice, as the explosion slowly, oh, not slowly, as it instantly turned into ice, as it's just a big thing of explosion, ice-shaped explosion, as Bakugo's like, what the hell? What did you do? Simple, Bakugo. Did you forget my ability? My quirk is called ice. Well, I have an ice-based quirk. But I got to say, you made me use my quirk. I'll give you that. But it's time for you to leave. As Izuku blitz in, as he right hooks, as he right hooks and does a left hook onto Bakugo's face, as he grabs him by the head, knees him a couple times, as he elbows him in the side of the neck, as he headbutts him, as he uppercuts with the back of his palm, as Bakugo's flying up, as Izuku creates a pillar of ice and hits him down to the ground. As he continues to do that, with the pillar about 4 or 5 times. As Midnight tells him to stop, as he stops, as it disappears, as it, crumbles into like ice particles, like snowflakes, and slightly snow a little bit. There's what is it called? It's not actually frost, basically what it is. Because the quirk's called Jack Frost, so it kind of fits. So that's how we're doing it. As soon as he froze the explosion, he deactivated Winter Wonderland. So you would have to. It was active for a couple seconds, so you have to keep eye on it to catch what he did. But his mother saw. So did his sister. His sister, as she is shocked. As All Might has a big smile on his face. As Inca, you knew about that, didn't you? All Might. Yes, of course, Ice Empress. It was during our training he developed that technique, and what I've seen of it, he's quite good with it. It's amazing that technique could do. What you just saw was just the sorry, it's only tip of the iceberg. You're only glazing the surface of it. Well, All Might, I can't wait to see more of it. He's going to need that if he's going against his sister. As All Might's like, what do you mean? Apparently, my lovely daughter wanted to have a little sparring match with Izuku after the match, the finals. And I think it's almost about time for the award ceremony. Then we'll do the little extra fight afterwards. Everyone at the ceremony, standing. Izuku's in first place, Shota second, Bakugo third, Momo fourth, and the rest of the extras using Bakugo terminologies because they're not really important for the story for right now. As instead of All Might, it's Inko. She gives all the medals. Well, actually, Inko gives the medal to Izuku. All Might does the rest. As Alma is about to hand the medal over to Izuku, as the Ice Empress stops him. Allow me, All Might. After all, he is my son. Izuku, you've done very well. I pronounce you the winner of the sports festival. Very proud of you. As Izuku's like, thanks, Mom. I even saw that little brief demonstration you pulled with that whole freezing explosion thing. I'm interested of more of that. And you're going to be needing, and you're most likely going to have to need that in your next match. As Ezekiel's like, what? What you mean next match? As as Nezu informs everyone there's going to be an extra match from one of the members of the Big Four, Kende Midoriya herself, challenges. Actually, I'll let her do this. So, as everyone sees Kende in the middle of the ring, Izuku Midoriya, I challenge you on one. I want to see what you've learned so far. Don't keep me waiting. You know I'm not very patient, dear brother. Did you have anything to do with his mother? And she's like, nope, that's all your sister. Oh, of course. She's a slave driver. It gives me an opportunity to showcase my abilities further. So I guess it could be a blessing if you look at it that way. And she's like, yes, you're correct. Heroes be very interested in you. They're already interested in you before. So this will put your peak interest even more, especially fighting your sister. How well known she is. Yeah, I know. Grease the palms. Oh, see you later, Mom. Have fun watching your kids beat each other to death. As Momo had like, like a not a disgusted look, but like a surprised look after what Izuku said. As Inka looks at her, or the Ice Empress, like don't take it personally, Momo. Young Yadarozu. My son's like that. He doesn't mean anything by it. It's how does he likes to tease. This is how we tease each other. So it's how our relationship is right now. Well, Ezekiel always been a smartass, so he hasn't changed much. As Inko has a bright smile. As Momo is a little confused, like this is not your typical, son and mother relationship. Shota knows more about it, so she, reassures, Momo that Ezekiel's not going to go and murk his sister. So, good, you're here, brother. Now you get the fun started. Before we begin, congratulations on winning the sports festival. I expect nothing less of someone from our family. After all, I train you myself. It would kind of look bad on me if you didn't win. As we she's like, I gotta be careful. Ezekiel's dangerous with his quirk by itself. Adding that quirk he got from All Might, it's insane. It, what mother told me is it would increase his quirk abilities to a strong degree. And from that brief second I saw whatever he did to that explosion, I need to stay on my toes. Izuku, I want you to go all out. I want to see everything. As Izuku's like, are you sure, sister? I'm sure. As Izuku unbuckles his bracelets, as he places them in his pocket, as everyone's confused by that, Very well, sister. This fight has been long overdue, sister. I want to see if I could finally beat you. As they get in a fighting stance, as yeah, I'm gonna be a douche because I'm getting tired and it's like about 3 o'clock. So yeah, we're gonna stop it here, and we'll continue this probably tomorrow night. After, because we're gonna do this rest of this fight, then we do the internships. I have something planned for that, so came up with an idea in my head, and I'm going to implement it in What If. So it'll be something interesting. Hope you guys have a good night and day. Judging my time zones. All right, bye.